From the moment you drew your first breath, your mind was hijacked, not by a conspiracy in the shadows, but by something far more insidious, a silent installation of software you never agreed to. Family rules, cultural expectations, the quiet whisper of, "That's just how it is." All of it poured into you before you had the awareness to question any of it. You have been running on someone else's operating system your entire life, convinced the limits you feel are your own. They are not. They are mental viruses, programs designed to keep you small, predictable, and easy to manage. This is not a gentle self-help session. This is a spiritual jailbreak. We're going to rip out the old code that keeps you trapped and install a new system, one that allows you to tap into the infinite field of possibility that has always been there, waiting for you to remember. If you feel uneasy reading this, good. That unease is the old script fighting for its life. It wants you comfortable. It wants you quiet. But comfort is just a well-decorated prison, and you did not come here to live behind bars. Your outdated mental software tells you what you can and cannot do, as if those limitations were laws of nature. It paints your struggles as normal, and your dreams as unrealistic. It wants you to believe that this, right here, is all there is. That is a lie. Who gave you those rules? Did you consciously choose them? Or were they handed down like inherited debt, quietly accumulating interest in the background of your mind? Your brain runs on autopilot because it craves patterns. It mistakes familiarity for safety. But those patterns are not sacred truths. They are old tapes you can swap out. Ancient wisdom, modern neuroscience, and quantum physics all converge on the same radical truth. Your thoughts shape your reality, not metaphorically, literally. Joseph Murphy understood this decades ago. Your subconscious is not a passive storage unit for memories. It is the engine room of your existence, and most people go their entire lives without ever stepping foot inside it. You will not be one of them. If you are not ready to face this, turn away now. Go back to the familiar script. Live the life others wrote for you. But if you are done being an extra in your own story, if you are ready to step into the main role, stay. What comes next will challenge you. It will tear down comforting lies and expose truths that sting. But on the other side of that discomfort is something most will never find. Real freedom, deep purpose, the ability to shape your reality from the inside out. Joseph Murphy laid the foundation for understanding how your subconscious mind drafts the world you live in. This is not abstract philosophy. It is a practical guide to transforming your life by working with the internal mechanisms you have been running on autopilot since childhood. The subconscious does not question. It executes. If your internal dialogue revolves around scarcity, struggle, or unworthiness, that is exactly what your reality will reflect. But you are not stuck with this programming. You can rewrite it. The key is shifting your core beliefs and emotions to align with the outcomes you desire, not as a someday fantasy, but as a present tense command. Start by identifying your limiting beliefs. Write down every nagging doubt, every "I can't," every fear that has been running in the background. Look at them objectively. Are they facts or assumptions? Replace them with affirmations that reflect the reality you want. Not "I will be confident," but "I am confident." The subconscious obeys direct commands framed as current reality. Then visualize your desired reality with surgical precision. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily imagining the life you want as though it is already real. Include sensory details. What do you see, hear, and feel? Emotion is the fuel. If you want financial freedom, picture the freedom itself, the travel, the relief, the joy of giving without checking your balance. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and an external one. Use that. Your mind is most receptive just before sleep and upon waking. These are the golden hours for reprogramming. Use these moments to repeat your affirmations or revisit your visualizations. Feel gratitude as though the desired outcome is already here. This primes your subconscious to prioritize these new beliefs over the old ones. Then, take aligned action, no matter how small. Belief without action is just wishful thinking. If you want abundance, start acting as though abundance is natural. Save a small amount. Speak differently about money. If you want love, begin by treating yourself with the care and respect you hope to receive. These actions reinforce your new mental script and signal to your subconscious that you are serious. Monitor your emotions as feedback. Your emotions tell you whether you are aligned with your new beliefs. Feeling anxious or doubtful? Pause. Breathe. Refocus on gratitude or a positive affirmation. Consistent emotional alignment amplifies your new programming and speeds up the entire process. Look for subtle shifts and synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, problems resolving themselves in ways you did not expect. These are signs that your subconscious is recalibrating reality to match your new code. Acknowledge them, celebrate them. This reinforces your belief in the process. And above all, repeat and persist. The subconscious learns through repetition. One affirmation repeated once changes nothing. One affirmation repeated daily for weeks rewires neural pathways. Over time, your beliefs will shift, and so will the reality they create. Murphy emphasized the power of vivid imagination and deep emotion. When you fully believe in your goals, they become inevitable. The universe is not separate from you. It reflects your internal state. Change your mind, and your world must follow. Now, we move beyond theory into actual protocols, actionable cheat codes to bend the engine of your subconscious to your will. This is where the rubber meets the road. If your worldview has been cracked, now we smash it open. Let the old paradigms crumble. You are not just imagining a better life. You are engineering it. Treat manifestation like engineering. Do not just imagine your desired outcome. Construct it with precision. If you want wealth, do not just see money. Imagine detailed scenarios, the feel of your new environment, the sound of conversations you will have, the texture of the freedom you will experience. Make it so real that your subconscious cannot distinguish between the mental rehearsal and external reality. Emotions are the power supply of your manifestation machine. If visualization is the blueprint, emotions provide the electrical current. Cultivate states like gratitude, joy, and confidence when you think about your desired outcome. These high-frequency emotions amplify the signal you are sending into the quantum field, magnetizing the timelines you want to experience. Formulate your intentions as present tense truths, like writing a line of code that must be executed. Say, "I am a sought-after visionary," rather than "I will be." The subconscious obeys direct commands framed as current reality. In quantum terms, you are collapsing a wave function into a chosen outcome by acting as if it is already here. To install new code, you must first remove the old malware. Your subconscious is littered with limiting beliefs acquired from parents, Teachers, media, and culture. They form a web of constraints, each thread reinforcing the others. Write down every limiting belief. Expose them to the light. By naming them, you rob them of their invisibility. Then replace each limiting belief with a direct counter-belief. This is not wishful thinking. It is rewriting neural pathways. Every time the old script tries to run, you overwrite it with the new one. Over weeks, the neural code in your brain rearranges, and the old belief loses its grip. To expedite the process, use meditation, breathwork, or hypnosis-like states to access deeper layers of your subconscious. In these altered states, your mental firewall relaxes, allowing new instructions to penetrate more easily. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing before repeating your affirmations can shift your brain waves into a more receptive mode. Consistency is everything. The subconscious learns through repetition and emotional intensity. Create a daily ritual. Upon waking, when your brain is still groggy and open to influence, visualize your ideal day unfolding perfectly. See yourself navigating challenges with ease, receiving good news, and expressing gratitude. Lock in the feeling. This sets the tone for your day's code. Around midday, pause and revisit your intentions. Remind your subconscious of the program you are running. Reaffirm your positive beliefs. Feel them. This keeps the code running smoothly, instead of reverting to old scripts. Before sleep, replay the script of your ideal life in your mind's eye. Amplify the emotions. Drifting into sleep with these images imprints them deeply into your subconscious, leveraging brainwave states that are highly programmable. How do you know it is working? Look for patterns and synchronicities. Repeated numbers. The right people appearing at the right time. Inspired ideas coming out of nowhere. These are indicators that your new code is interfacing with the deeper field of reality. Keep a journal. Track these occurrences. Over time, you will notice that these coincidences align with your intentions. A clear sign that you are altering your reality's trajectory. Eventually, this process transforms you from a passive victim of circumstances into a conscious author of your life story. The more you practice, the more sovereignty you claim. You will realize that external factors do not have the final say. Your internal narrative does. As you master the code, you will not only rewrite your life, but become immune to the fear-mongering, scarcity-driven narrative that society tries to impose on you. Consider those who have harnessed these principles without ever naming them. The athlete who visualizes every detail of the perfect performance before stepping onto the field. The entrepreneur who just knew they would succeed despite impossible odds and built an empire. The once shy individual who reprogrammed their self-image and now commands rooms with magnetic confidence. These are not lucky accidents. They are people who intuitively applied the exact techniques you are now learning. By understanding the mechanics behind their success, you can replicate their results. The difference is that now you are not groping in the dark. You have a roadmap, a user's manual for the quantum fabric that underlies your existence. Let us push the envelope further. What if you want to shatter every expectation and live a life so extraordinary it defies your current imagination? That is possible too. But first, you must expand your belief boundaries. If you keep your dreams modest, your subconscious will deliver modest results. Dare to envision a life so rich in experience, travel, love, creative breakthroughs, and wealth that it sends shivers down your spine. You are feeding your quantum engine a richer set of instructions. This may stir up subconscious resistance at first, doubts whispering, "Who are you to dream this big?" Perfect. That is the opportunity to flex your new mental muscles. Override the old code. Reinstall the fresh script. I am worthy of experiencing the extraordinary. I am destined to surpass every norm and standard set by the past. As you master these techniques, you will start sensing a broader reality. Consciousness itself may be the building block of the universe, a luminous field of information that responds to your inner directives. The line between inner and outer begins to blur. It is not that you are imposing your will on a hostile environment. It is more like you are dancing with a responsive partner. The universe is your co-creator, adapting in real time to the scripts you run in your mind. This notion uproots the victim mentality entirely. Suddenly, fear becomes a tool. You feel fear. Good. That means you have found a frontier that needs reprogramming. Doubt arises. Perfect. That is a segment of code waiting to be rewritten with trust, faith, and empowerment. This might sound like science fiction, but some theoretical physicists propose that every choice spawns new timelines. If that is the case, then belief is a kind of timeline selector. By altering your beliefs, you are literally stepping onto a different branch of possibility. In one timeline, you remain stuck, limited, and unhappy. In another, you rise to unprecedented heights. By reprogramming your subconscious, you choose the latter. Think of it like loading a saved game. Most people fumble through one storyline unaware they can switch paths, but you now hold the cheat codes. You can jump to a storyline where your business thrives, your health flourishes, and your relationships radiate love. That is not fantasy. It is a logical extension of the ideas Murphy pioneered and science is beginning to explore. Now let us address the forbidden knowledge, the reason most people never access these truths. Have you ever wondered why? If this knowledge is so powerful, it is not front-page news. Why you were not taught as a kid how to shape your own reality. For generations, certain groups have understood these principles. Ancient mystery schools, royal advisors, religious elites, corporate strategists. They knew that reality is not fixed. It is fluid, responding to beliefs like clay to a sculptor's hands. And they knew it is far easier to control minds than to chain bodies. Once you set the boundaries of what people think is possible, they willingly limit themselves. No brute force needed. This is not about secret villains cackling in dark corners. It is more subtle than that. Societies are built on certain stories, myths about money, status, morality, and success. These stories become default settings in your mind. You absorb your parents' fears. Schools train you to memorize rather than question. Media bombards you with images and narratives that keep you anxious, needy, and unsure. By the time you are an adult, you are running software you never chose, programs that limit how much love, success, and freedom you believe you can have. But once you see this for what it is, you gain a superpower, the ability to rewrite your own code. By understanding how deeply your thoughts and feelings mold reality, you can stop being a pawn in someone else's chess game. You can choose what to believe, what to focus on, and by extension, what to create. Your belief system is a skyscraper. You did not design it. Floor after floor was built with hand-me-down blueprints of fear, doubt, and scarcity. Now that you know this, you can gut the place, demolish the floors built on limiting beliefs, rebuild with a stronger foundation, one made of abundance, confidence, and possibility. Do this enough times, and you are not just freeing yourself. You are weakening the old societal structures that rely on mass compliance. When enough people rewrite their scripts, the stage props of fear, lack, and control start to crumble. This is why this knowledge is often buried under layers of ridicule or painted as too weird or unscientific. A population that knows how to reprogram its subconscious is unpredictable, creative, and uncontainable. Such people do not just go along with a script. They write their own roles, set their own rules, and demand authenticity from the world around them. This is not a call to paranoia. It is an invitation to empowerment. Once you understand that your mind is fertile ground, you start choosing the seeds you plant. You stop swallowing every spoon-fed narrative and start curating what enters your mental ecosystem. That is how you break the old algorithm and install a new one that thrives on curiosity, boldness, and the conviction that you can achieve what others call impossible. Watch how this shift radiates outward. As you grow more sovereign inside, you will see it reflected outside. Your energy changes. People notice. You carry yourself differently. You do not bend under pressures that once crushed you. They might not know your secret, but they feel it. And when they see you breaking old patterns and rising above old limits, they will start questioning their own scripts too. That is how liberation spreads. One awakened mind at a time. Think about limits for a moment. Are they not just beliefs that have taken root? If they are beliefs you inherited, you can uproot them. If they are beliefs you formed yourself, you can rewrite them. Nothing is fixed. Nothing is absolute. Give yourself permission to dream bigger, push harder, and open doors you used to think were sealed shut. This does not mean you snap your fingers and get everything you want overnight, but it does mean that what you once called impossible begins to edge into view as a real option. To truly master this, you need to stay vigilant. Guard your mind. Filter what you watch, read, and listen to. Nourish your psyche with stories, people, and environments that lift you up. Question your beliefs constantly. Ask yourself if a belief supports your growth or stifles it. If it stifles, replace it. You have that power. Find your tribe. Connect with others who have stepped off the conveyor belt. Their experiences reinforce your own, and you grow faster together. Experiment constantly. Test these ideas in small ways. Notice how your reality shifts when you tweak just one belief or focus intently on one goal. If you choose to ignore all this, you remain a character in someone else's story. Stuck, predictable, easy to influence. You will be at the mercy of fear-based marketing, manipulated by crafted narratives, and left wondering why you never felt truly free. But now you know better. This is what spiritual awakening really means in today's world. Waking up to how your internal landscape sculpts your external life. It can feel overwhelming to realize how much you have been influenced. But it is also exhilarating. You are not stuck. You never were. You just needed to see the source code to start editing it. From here on, blame loses its power. You cannot point fingers at the system without realizing you had a role in maintaining it. Now, you can step out of that dynamic entirely. Reclaiming responsibility for your beliefs and outcomes puts you back in the driver's seat. You now have the blueprint. Use it. Start small. Maybe you want to reshape your financial reality, upgrade your relationships, or accelerate your career growth. Apply the protocols. Install new beliefs through daily affirmations delivered with emotional conviction. Visualize your desired outcomes with cinematic detail, as if they are not someday dreams but lived experiences now. Guard your mind from low-frequency narratives that keep you trapped in fear or limitation. Leverage altered states, those calm moments before sleep or after waking, to impress new code on your subconscious. As you witness subtle shifts in your daily life, unexpected windfalls, uncanny opportunities, moments of clarity, you will gain confidence. That confidence becomes rocket fuel, propelling you to test bolder intentions. Over time, the gap between intention and manifestation narrows, and what once seemed miraculous becomes your new normal. This is how masters are made. Through incremental refinement, persistent practice, and unshakable belief. With your newfound understanding, quantum consciousness is not just a theory you read about. It is a lived experience. You are not bending spoons with your mind. You are bending probability, selecting which timelines get to play out in your personal movie. This is the ultimate creative freedom. Knowing that while not every intention appears instantly, each choice, thought, and emotion nudges you closer to a version of reality that resonates with your grandest vision. The rules of the old world, scarcity, struggle, survival of the fittest, crumble when you realize they were never laws, only mass-believed suggestions. Now you hold the pen that writes your laws. Maybe your law states that meaningful connections flow effortlessly into your life, or that money gravitates toward you as a direct response to the value you bring, or that personal growth opportunities unfold in perfect timing. Each new law you write is not fantasy, it is code. Run it repeatedly and watch as the external world aligns with it. Turn your intentions into daily habits. Start a morning ritual where you state, "I am the architect of my reality. Today I choose to experience abundance, joy, and growth." Let those words carry energy, color, sound, and texture in your mind. Inhale them deeply so they permeate every cell of your body. Before long, these rituals cease to be exercises and become natural expressions of who you are. Journaling can help you map your progress. Write down the synchronicities and breakthroughs that occur once you start applying these principles. When self-doubt creeps in, flip back through your notes and see how often life rewarded your aligned intentions. This consistent feedback loop builds unstoppable faith in your capability to shape reality. A subtle trap waits for most people, waiting to believe until they see proof, waiting to commit to new beliefs until the world acknowledges them. That is backward. You must embody the reality you desire in your thoughts and emotions before it appears externally. Embrace the power right now as if you have always had it. Because you have, you just forgot. Now that you remember, do not hesitate. Reality creation is a skill learned by doing. Each moment is a new coding session. Each emotion is a frequency you broadcast. Each belief is a command line shaping existence. The world is not an unchangeable monolith. It is a responsive dance partner waiting for your lead. Once you start leading, reality follows. We call these strategies psychological warfare because you have been under siege your entire life, barraged by limiting narratives and disempowering beliefs. That siege ends when you reclaim your mental fortress. But once you do, psychological warfare transforms into psychological artistry. Every thought becomes a brushstroke, every belief a color palette, every emotion a medium that brings your vision to life. No longer does fear get to run the show. You see fear for what it is, a chance to refine your code. No longer do outside authorities have the final say. You have transcended that. You have become your own authority, forging a direct relationship with the quantum forces that shape your experience. If this resonates with you, do not let it fade into a distant memory. Use it. Start now. Close your eyes and pick one belief you know has been holding you back. Maybe it is, I'll never be successful, or I'm not worthy of love. Flip it. Write a new line of code. I naturally attract success beyond what I once thought possible. Or, I am profoundly worthy of deep, unconditional love. Feel the shift in your body. That is you taking control. That is you reprogramming your fate. Share this knowledge with others who are ready. Not everyone will understand. Some will scoff, stuck in their old scripts. That is okay. Focus on those who sense there is something more, something deeper. The more minds awaken to this potential, the more we collectively transcend outdated societal paradigms. Knowledge shared is power multiplied. Let this message settle deep into your bones. You are no longer an extra in the divine play. You are the star, the director, and the playwright all at once. You shape plot twists and character arcs. You decide when it is time for an upgrade, be it in your career, relationships, or self-image. Your subconscious is a loyal stage crew, rearranging props, changing backgrounds, and adding special effects to match your mental script. This does not mean you abandon logic or effort. Action still matters. But now action is guided by an inner compass set to I can. Instead of fighting uphill battles, you find yourself flowing downstream, navigating life's currents with ease. Your beliefs become wind in your sails rather than anchors at your feet. As you integrate these principles, you ascend to a higher order of living, where purpose, abundance, and joy intermingle effortlessly. Problems become puzzles, setbacks become stepping stones. Success becomes not a distant horizon, but a state of being. You do not have to justify your dreams to anyone. You just write the code and watch them manifest. This might sound like pure hype, but remember everything we have covered. We grounded these claims in psychology, neuroplasticity, subconscious programming, quantum hints, observer effect, non-locality, and timeless wisdom passed down through visionaries like Joseph Murphy. This is not empty motivation. It is a toolkit. You have been given keys to the mansion of your own consciousness. Rooms within rooms filled with infinite possibilities. Explore them. No one can make you take the next step. We can only show you what is possible. The real magic begins when you apply these teachings in your everyday life. It might feel awkward at first. Challenging beliefs that have defined you for years takes courage. But every time you push through discomfort, you reveal another layer of your true nature. A boundless creator capable of designing realities that others can hardly fathom. Embrace this power. Wield it responsibly. Share it generously. The moment you truly internalize that you are generating reality moment by moment is the moment you stop settling for mediocrity. You choose wonder over fear, growth over stagnation, and love over limitation. This is your new normal now. A life where you engage with reality as a co-creator, not a passive observer. Your reality awaits your command. It always has. It is up to you now. You are the programmer. You are the key holder. The power is yours. I wish you all the best. And until next time.